Hello everybody, how's everybody today? It's Friday, start of the weekend, round them up. Got a show tonight, so we're gonna do like a panel comedy show tonight, so it should be fun. Done a few of them now, they're good. Good night, good night. If you're new here, welcome, have a lot of fun here. A lot of foolishness goes on, but that's all right. So if you're new, and you need to do the old thumbs up. Thumbs it up, baby. You're already here. That's all it takes. Subscribe to the channel. And all my hangers on, oh, you already know how I feel about you. Each and every one of you. I love ya. Mwah. Okay, today we're going to get in. We're going to talk about Mr. Poilievre. Or Poilievre, hopefully. So, you ready? Let's get into it. Poilievre. He is some thirsty, I'm just saying. For entertainment purposes only, though. Gotta get that out. He's just another big sucky baby, that's all. Shove a soother in his face. He's just a big sucky baby. He's a sorry individual that has no agenda. And all he does is point fingers at everybody else. For over a year now, he's been campaigning in big giant mansions all across Canada and fundraising for his campaign, his Axe the Tax campaign. These people have more money than I'd ever be able to imagine. So he's going from mansion to mansion doing these fundraisers, and everybody's giving the max. I think it's $1,750 a plate, so to speak. So yeah, he's going all across Canada, these great big giant mansions. I think he owes favors to some of them. A lot of that happening in the States right now with Trump. He's beholden to Putin and Elon. So anyway, Poilievre hated Justin Trudeau with a blind passion, and he piled all his eggs into that one basket for this big election. It was supposed to be in the fall, but I think it's going to be a lot quicker. So he hated Trudeau so much, then Trudeau stepped down. Kind of cracked a bunch of eggs, and he was gobsmacked. He didn't know what to do. All the pressers on Parliament Hill had him bad-mouthing the Liberal government, saying all the slogans, you know, we're going to axe the tax, we're going to be able to build homes. Ad nauseum, it just kept going. Because the Liberals put a carbon tax on fuel. But what he isn't telling anybody was that every person, depending on which province you live in, will get a rebate check 4 times a year. And the other 10% of that money goes back into green initiatives that support farmers, small businesses, schools, indigenous communities to reduce carbon emissions. So middle to lower class income families will do pretty good. Like 4 times a year, depending how old the adult people are in the house. It's $200 a person. So, well, that's what I got because I'm on a pension. But so the lower to middle income families will do pretty good. And maybe the wealthy not as much, but they don't care because they can afford it no matter what happens in a recession or anything else that happens. They're not going to give a rat's ass about us because they got more than enough money to cover all of that and more. So, PP says crime is out of control, housing, food costs are too high. Yeah, they are. But do you have a plan? Poilievre? No, you don't. You don't have a plan. Well, he does, but it's right out of the Mango Moose Knuckles playbook. You know, Project 2025? This is the Canadian version, but it'll have to be printed in both official languages, I'm just saying. Poilievre's like a high school girl gossiping in the bathrooms. He, you know the Michael Jackson song, The Man in the Mirror? Yeah, that's something all Maple Magas and Extreme Magas need to do a little more of. Every time they pick at someone, they need to look in the mirror. They're way too juvenile to be making any decisions for a whole friggin' country. They just are. PP loves to point out things that directly pertains to him. Now, he used to say that Trudeau was out of touch with Canadians because he's very wealthy. Well, the only people Poilievre associates with, unless there's a camera present, are the extremely wealthy across Canada. All the billionaires. He went to one billionaire's house that was so frigging big that it had its own postal code. How's that? His Ottawa home is worth more than almost $7 million now. And he wears a $75,000 Rolex, and that's only one out of like 5 or 6 Rolexes he got. And I think that's the cheapest one at $75,000. On the floor, as he's pointing to everybody else, his big Rolex there. So he can shut the hell up and sit the hell down. He's never held a real job in his life. Even in university, what was he? He was up somebody's arse about the Conservative Party. So you never had an honest job in your life. Because, politicians, they all, every friggin' party can be shifty, I'm just saying. But Trudeau, he's way out of your league, little man. He really is. So he's onward and upward to different and better things. But you, not so sure about you, because you're tanking your whole party, in case you hadn't noticed. Trudeau did some shady shit. But he's amazingly still a better human than you will ever be. And his poll numbers, and he's not even the prime minister anymore, his poll numbers in the Liberals are kicking your ass. Even, for a lack of a better word, your mentor, Stephen Harper, can't help you. Not for lack of trying, though. Now that Justin Trudeau has stepped down and our new prime minister was sworn in this morning, the Conservatives are running scared. They should be terrified, not just running scared. And they should be. Because our new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, is a banker, knows about money, knows how to settle situations, and it looks like there will be a federal election called sooner rather than later. And by the looks of the polls right now, looks like the Liberals are in for a majority government. First time that's happened in a few years. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. So now, Pee has to change his strategy. He's now saying that Mark Carney's just like Justin Trudeau, just a different face. He posted on excrement there, he put a picture of Mark Carney playing road hockey. And he points out, he says, oh, sure. He's just trying to be a normal guy playing hockey in $2,000 shoes. Because the picture shows Mark Carney in net playing road hockey, right? And he's got a pair of Zenga sneakers on. And they do cost about $2,000. Well, he's a very rich man, and I'm sure he can afford the money. I'm sure he can afford it. He says in the excrement that he's trying to just be a normal guy. He's just like Justin. Look in the mirror, Pee. You are in another excrement ad. I found this one the other day of you holding a Canadian flag. And what are you wearing? A Canada Goose jacket. Yay, Canada. But that's a $2,000 coat. Most of your constituents can't afford that unless it's your donors and they can afford to buy some for the whole neighborhood. But yeah, just like Justin, right? But yeah, there you are. Regardless of your political allegiance, he said, raise the flag with his $2,000 jacket on. He wore the same one up to the Arctic up there when they were talking about rebuilding the Arctic, because we know who was going to be coming over the Arctic cap down to Canada. They're going to hit us first before they get to the States. So I'm encouraging you to not vote for him while wearing his Canada Goose jacket. So, but he's a man of the people. But Mark Carney, because he's got $2,000 shoes, he's an elitist. That doesn't wash with normal people, and we spot that shit. We can smell it a mile away. So look in the mirror, Pee. Poilievre is, all you are, he's Trump shit out. That's what he is. He spews insults, and he whines. He has his 6 slogans he repeats. With Trump, it's the border, 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 Russia, Russia, Russia. Yeah, all that shit. They're going to lower the prices on day one. Going to stop the war on day one. He's got his 6 slogans, too. Poilievre repeats his ad nauseum. He's building fear by bashing those people, just like somebody else does. And he badmouthed the dental care and deliberately try to undermine it, I might say. He won't commit to keep our healthcare system, daycare, pharmacare. And if he wins a federal election, not today, Satan, not today. He will be as bad, off as the poor folks are down in the United States. He wants to privatize our healthcare so we can be just like our neighbors. Yeah. If you need an operation, you're going to have to sell your house to pay for it. That's right. Or just to pay for your medications. Yeah, he wants us to do that. Losing our homes and savings because we get sick. Well, you know what? He's the one who's sick. And he wants to raise retirement age from 65 to 67. Mind you, he's already got over almost $4 million built up in his retirement savings from being in the government. So he don't give a shit about you losing yours. Not a bit, because he can afford everything. You won't be able to. He has voted against the dental care plan that has over 1 million people signed on to it. Most of them are seniors and children. And he voted against the child tax benefit. So does he just hate poor people and kids? Yeah, pretty much. And he refuses to get a security clearance for things that we need to be aware of, especially now that Trump wants to drop Canada out of the Five Eyes. That's a spy network that we share with the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand. So, yeah. The Five Eyes Alliance began as a secret World War II agreement between the USA and the UK. I believe that's when Churchill visited the White House in his traveling gear. So anyway, and it was formalized in 1946 after the war. So Canada was added in 1948. Apparently Norway in 52, Denmark in 54, West Germany in 55, Australia in 55, and New Zealand in 56. They were all added. And what they do is they share an allegiance. They share intelligence, they share information, and threat assessments related to national security, like ours. And if you don't want a security clearance, there's either a reason that you can't get one, or if you do get one, you're going to find out how crooked some of the people in your party are. Just saying. Mark Carney, however, has already been vetted and is getting his security clearance, which will be what you would expect of somebody that's going to be the Prime Minister of our country. Mark Carney has won the confidence of the party and was elected a week ago with almost 86% of the vote. Well, 85.9, that's pretty close to 86. So, suck a bag, PP. PP spent a ton of time and conservative money on the Axe the Tax slogan, running back and forth with his Mr. Peterson psychologist to arseholes, I don't know, back and forth to the states and everything, on your Axe the Tax campaign. And when Carney started his bid to be leader and said that he would get rid of the carbon tax in favor of rewarding Canadians when they bought energy efficient appliances, better insulated their homes, windows, doors, blah, 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 and chose trading partners that have similar climate control goals as that of Canada, and tariff those who don't even come close. Now that Carney will represent Canadian Liberals and our country, they pulled the rug right out from under PP. He loves and says that he can't wait. Well, he doesn't say that, but that's what I get the feeling of. PP and his Axe the Tax election. Then comes Elon and Trump, because PP loves the Trump show. And he fancies himself a Trump and Musk aligned candidate. Like, we want that shit up here. I say no, but hell no. Absolutely not. Especially since Elon praises him and he mocks Trudeau. See, they're in lockstep, the two of them. They're in this shit right up to their throat. They really are. And he actually asked Elon if he would take his son to Mars. We're saying, take PP. Ask him to go out, and he asked, because all the media is getting sued and stuff in the States, ABC, CBS, and they're all bowing down to Trump. He asked Elon to go after the CBC on the excrement there. because Poilievre says the media is the enemy and they're very unfair to me. Yeah. Then trying to do something growing up, then try doing something really growing up, like vote for legislation that's going to help seniors and kids. Yeah, shit. And in case you don't think that Poilievre is linked to Trump, think again. Stephen Harper runs the Independent Democratic Union, the IDU. That includes the Canadian Conservative Party, the American Republican Party, and other right-wing conservatives around the world. And just like Trump, it's always the other guy's fault. Trudeau is Poilievre's Joe Biden. Doesn't matter how much good they did for the country, it's always going to be their fault. Trump says the U.S. is really, really bad. It's a mess. And PP said, yeah, Canada sucks too. Canada's really bad. Canada sucks. Canada's broken. Well, sorry, Poilievre, but you suck and you are broken. And to quote you, fuck you guys. Anyway, congratulations, Prime Minister Carney. All the best to you. I hope we're going to be in for a wonderful ride. Everybody take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. Naughty Nana loves you so much. I really do. And I want a big shout out to the couple I met at Costco today. I met, well, two couples actually. One from Kirkland Lake. My God, they were funny. And another lady and her husband I met that are right here in my hometown or close to it. Anyway, Naughty Nana loves you. Be good, be safe. It was nice meeting everybody. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care of you.